Anyone remember Doug from back in the day? The old 90s cartoon? It was great. Hi guys, how's it going? It's I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you with Patreon stuff, but now it is Earth 2 update time. Good evening, everybody, or good afternoon, even though it seems evening outside, which of course it is. I'm making the video the night before, just so that I can upload, because I've been having really issues uploading. Might be my phone, might need a new one. Anyway, referral code down below, Patreon down below. I do all this for free. I love you all. Everyone that smashes that like button and comments and and subscribes and hits the bell, it means the world to me. Really does. Getting right into it here. It's going to be a long one. In E2, one of the fastest growing countries is South Korea. They see the potential. They see the future. They are so intelligent. How else can I confirm this? South Koreans are so insanely intelligent that South Korean retail investors have now become one of the largest shareholders in Tesla, topping the $10 billion mark. But Chavez, this is an Earth 2 video. Why are you mentioning Tesla? Well, there's a reason. They're up 31.9% from the end of last year because they see potential. South Koreans are educated and they see the future. They see the writing on the wall, and that's why South Korea is one of the fastest growing countries in Earth 2. I'm going to go over a couple of things right now. The top 10%, or I'm sorry, the top seven gainers percentage-wise over the past couple days have been number 7, Antigua and Barbuda, with gained 5% in a day. Central Africa, number 6, gained 5% in a day. Guinea, number 5, gained 5% in a day. Tanzania is number 4, gained 6% in a day. Number 3, South Korea, gained 7% in a day. Again, as of the 24th, I believe. Taiwan gained 8%, and Benin gained 9%. Now, again, that is just for percentage-wise. Obviously, if a tile that's 10 cents goes to 5 cents, that's a 50% increase. But if a tile that's $100 goes up by $1, it goes at 101, that's only a 1% increase. So obviously, there's much things to be said about that. Now, as far as price increase, we're going to do this again. Top 7. Netherlands, number 7, 12 cents. Number 6 is Germany with 10 cents. Netherlands and Germany both had 10 cents. Spain, number 5, is up 12 cents. International tiles, number 4, was up 12 cents. Number 3 is Italy, which was up 14 cents. The U.S., Big Daddy America, was number 2 and was up 39 cents. Number 1, why I said this, South Korea, which was up 54 cents as of the 24th. Again, this is just why I wanted to reiterate how amazing South Korea is, and if I had extra money, that's where I'd be buying. Someone asked the other day if they will be able to link their Etsy account to E2 because they're talented artists and could make things in-game as well as real life. That is something that they haven't been very clear on, linking other accounts. They have made clear that they would link, PayPal and Venmo and Cash App and other forms of payment, but as far as linking to other accounts, you could obviously advertise. Again, you don't have to, just because when we talk about ad revenue, doesn't mean you have to wait for a certain amount of people to hit foot traffic to advertise. You could make a big sign and say, hey, check out my Etsy, check out my Twitter or Pinterest or whatever have you, and then you could do that. So yeah, obviously you might not be able to have a direct link, but you could advertise on your property however you see fit. My friend, this is going to be a good one. My friend Autumn told me the other day that before her grandma died, everyone type F in the chat for Autumn's grandma, that she loved Wii bowling, and Autumn wishes that she could have showed her grandma what she plans to create in Earth 2. I'm telling you right now, old people are very, very, very underrated. I predict you're going to see a massive boom with boomers. Old people are so heckin' proud of their grandchildren. Look what my grandson did. My granddaughter created this. And again, why I mentioned Wii bowling before this is because most old people, outside of the ones that you see on the React channel playing video games, they don't really understand. They don't really, can't really get the mechanics of it. Even though, because a lot of those older people were adults before games came on the scene, like Pong or Pac-Man or any of that things. So you're going to see people, I believe, again, Wii bowling because it's very simple. And this type of stuff, you don't need to have any crazy, insane mechanics to play. You could just put on your VR headset, walk or roll, if they're in wheelchairs, do whatever, and just explore. You could just see what other people create. This is art. They don't have to travel. They don't have to worry, because lots of older people that need help, it's not because they're mentally gone. It's because they can't do this. It's because older people cannot get up from the toilet. They can't do a half a squat. That's why old people a lot of times need help with certain things. They can't live alone. You don't need help to do this. You don't need help having to travel, like having to worry about certain things, having to worry about COVID. You only have to worry about the batteries lasting or the charge that you have in whatever you're using. That's the only thing they have to worry about. And again, as time goes on, more people will become older that are not as old right now, and they will, old people right now, they don't take Lyft, they don't take Uber. When Tesla has their AI autonomous driving, they won't do that because they don't get into strange cars. They don't get into strangers with cars. They don't do that. But your parents probably do. People in their 40s and 50s probably do. And in 20 years, they're going to continue to do that. The amount of people alive right now that don't do anything new are going to diminish and dwindle, and the amount of people that are just like, oh yeah, let's do it, something new. Technology changes so fast. That's why I think old people are going to be one of the leading drivers of most people, older people, have Facebook. They're going to drive this as well, same way. Outside of that, so somebody says, hi, I'm 17 and I have a bit of anxiety, and it's hard for me to handle parties or any place that has large gatherings. I'm worried about large gatherings in E2. Do you have advice on how to interact with so many people at a popular place that I'd want to go to, but not interact with people? So the same way as if you can play in, Halo rooms or whatever kids are playing, Call of Duty rooms, and not have your mic on. Many girls do that nowadays because they receive so much crazy comments when someone says, oh my God, are you a girl? And funny story about that. Remind me to do that in an NSFW video over that story. But you could just either turn off your mic, and you could choose to probably not interact with people. But if you're forced to, let's say, for whatever reason, you want to try to say, oh, I can do stand-up or something because it's not real people, they're just avatars, and then you find yourself in that position, just think, okay, well, you can have a conversation with one person. Just look at one person. And then if it's hard to talk to all these people, talk to one person, and then, switch your focus over here, talk to that person, and, everything else will just figure itself out. That's the best advice I could give. Again, the game will probably have something similar like, oh, I just want to walk around and explore and be invisible, have the mic turned off, that type of deal. So moving on, is it worth it to get 60 to 70% off property for 60 to 70% off of property that's class 2 or 3? My opinion, yeah. Yeah, again, this is just my opinion, but if you're getting, wherever it is, something for that much off, again, it should only affect just land income tax, but I mean, that's fantastic. Like, I don't know anyone, a couple of people commenting, but personally, any of the guys that I help run that Facebook group chat, the Earth 2 users group, that are buying. And that's why you see referral codes slowing down. That they're not buying from the game. They're buying because people are offering those same tiles that they would buy for $5. They're offering them for $3. Like, why? Again, that's why you see a lot of referral code people not using it as much. I've definitely seen that as well because people are just buying from there, and that's a very good strategy. That's something that I would use if I had more money. Is buying shopping centers a good idea? Well, if you have an idea, okay, maybe you want to take that shopping center and recreate it. And then this way, just rent out those stores, because you don't have to have any creativity to do that. You just, okay, this is what was there. I could just recreate it, not have any original ideas if you don't want to, and then rent out those spaces there. Some people, if you want the shopping center because you think it'll have foot traffic, and it might. I wouldn't, just because I have so many other things that's going on right now. That's just why I wouldn't. If I had no other things, and I think, well, I could create a great marketplace, yes, I absolutely would. If I had no other things going on. It's just I do right now. That's why I won't. If the market crashes next year, will it affect this game? Okay, so that's a yes. That's a big, broad spectrum answer. This would be like a Patreon type level response, but it is going to be yes and no. Will people be pulling money out because their 401k is down, and they made other bad investments, and they put in money that they could not afford to lose? Yes, there are many people saying like, "Oh, I'm just gonna, I probably gonna need this money, and I probably shouldn't, spend this much, but I'm going to spend this much." Yes, those people will be pulling out their money. But will it affect this game as far as stopping ad revenue? No. I mean, and people are going to continue to play. So it's not that, the market's crashing, now I'm just going to not play this game. You could play for free. Again, the developers want the barrier to entry be very, very small. They want everyone to be able to play. So yes, it'll affect some of maybe the tile prices because a lot of people are pulling their money out, but that's not where the big money is. A lot of where the big money will be is from ad revenue. And that's why, again, there's many different ways to play this game. You could go and a lot of people that just want to look at things, they're going to go towards the best things. The cream will rise to the top. Everyone will be building everything. And again, some people just want to build something just because it's something of their own, something that they created. But other people will just say like, no, I want to make money. And the market will determine which one is the best. No matter what I say, even though I like this one more than this one because of this reason, but the market says, nope, we all like this one. Okay, I'm wrong. Even though that, again, is my personal opinion. Why would I invest in this if I can just trade Bitcoin? One, you should always diversify. I forget his name, but from Hell on Wheels, is only a fool doesn't diversify. And it is true. But I mean, also trading, again, I don't trade stocks. I buy and I hold. People that day trade, smarter than me. I probably could, and it would just take up too much mental space for me to do. So that's why I don't trade Bitcoin, I don't trade stocks. If you're good at that, double down on what you're good at and you make money at. If you're not comfortable with this and you're not sure, don't do it. That's the best advice I can give. Could I retire from this game? Okay, so going over math, and that's I don't know. For me, I can live very, very, pretty frugally. I could live off $3,000 a month in New York, which is damn near impossible, but I can do it. If I was not in New York, let's say I was like Florida, South Carolina, Ohio, and I could live on $2,000 a month. Again, I don't know that person's financial situation, but let's say $2,000 a month, figure $24,000 a year, and let's say if I want to retire at 40 and live to 80, let's say you want to live to 80, you need 40 years, 24,000, so you're about $960,000 that you would need to cover your bills for 40 years. Again, that's me living. But if you want to live a slightly middle class or lavish lifestyle and you want $5,000 a month, do the math. That's 60 plus 24 years. So that's for the pass. Yeah, you're going to need a lot. That's too much money. I'm going to do that. I can't do that in my head because I'm an idiot. But let's say 60,000. God, that's 40 years. Yeah, you need 2.4 million, which is still, again, could you, with this game, if you can make $2,000 a month with this game, again, which I should be able to. Yeah, I could retire. Like, if I wanted to right now, I could sell all my Tesla stock and all my Pokemon stuff, and I could not work for 20 years. But I obviously I have bigger plans. I want to, donate a lot and invest a lot in Madagascar. That, again, anyone can figure that out just by that formula. Figure out what your bills are each month, multiply it by 12, and then multiply that for how many years you don't want to work. And you can do that. Also, Dylan Seo, I'm going to nickname him the Korean Tom Holland. Why? Because he gave some spoilers. More spoilers I'm going to go over in this video right now. He says that you can upload things via Adobe or Autodesk tools. That is heckin' huge. This is the best way to get ahead. An architect or an artist that knows these programs can get ahead very easily in this game. And they will create something on the outside and uploading it to here. They could do that maybe via Microsoft Paint, and they just upload the artwork onto a building. I want graffiti. I want modern day Aztec art on my boxing gym in Manhattan, in New York. I want people to paint stuff, and I'm going to hire people out to do it, to paint on the outside of my Pokemon stadiums, on my Penguin Zoo, whatever the hell that people want. That is huge. He went off on Discord the other day doing a bunch of things. He also says that the development team, is aware that users purchase land like us. The users were purchasing land, expecting it to generate resources. So he brought that to the developers, and the developers are just like, hey, yeah, let's do a deep dive. Like, they're listening to us. They are like Elon Musk, where he's on Twitter with his 30 million Twitter followers, and people are asking, like, hey, can this have this because of this reason? And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll put that in. That's what these people are doing. These developers are listening because they want to give the best product. They want to be fair to us. And, just instead of Twitter, they're using Discord. Guidebook Gaming, they had a stream last night on the 25th saying that he argues that, no, like, if you make a mistake and, let's say you're doing a Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge and your starter dies. Okay, well, you made a mistake. You have to be punished. You have to continue the game without your starter. Okay, he thinks that people should be punished for making mistakes because back up until this happened, based on the FAQ, it said that resource spawning would be sporadic and random, and buying oil refineries, even the dev said to not buy oil refineries for oil, maybe because that's not where oil will be spawned or oil won't be part of the game. We don't know. But based on what we knew at the time, no, you should not have bought things just because, this gold mine might spawn gold. You shouldn't have done that. That's his argument. And I half agree, half don't, because, again, they want the barrier to entry to be very, very low. So Dylan Seal also addressed the other night in Discord saying that they are not allowed to own any tiles in E2, as it would be a conflict of interest. This doesn't mean, however, that they can't play the game. They can still go around and look at everyone's creations, participate in everything that others have created in the game. He didn't mention anything about them being able to rent out the land. So that's a loophole I'd love to see them use. I can't own a tile. Let me just rent out this tile. If any of the devs are listening, you can totally rent out some of my space. I'll rent it to you. It wouldn't make much sense for them to... it wouldn't make much sense for them to also go around and collect resources or even buying land they know will spawn resources, because a lot of these guys, they just have the money to buy whatever they would need anyway, and they wouldn't need to risk having people get angry at them for buying certain tiles when the spawn rates would be worth it for them, even if it gives them an extra 10 to 20 grand a year. Let's say, the developers, this tile, I know because of insider information, is going to spawn this much resources. I'm going to buy it. Again, they don't need to do that for an extra 10 to 20 grand a year. They're rich enough that they don't have to. One could argue that they could give themselves the land for free and not pay anything, or say like, hey, I'm going to buy in New York because, whatever reason. But again, they have the money to buy whatever land they want. And either way, they can't predict what will be the most popular place. They can infer things and maybe, okay, well, this will probably be the most popular place. For all we know, there could be a bunch of people in Ohio that are just talented artists and making these grand structures. And we can go in the middle of Ohio. We can go to Somalia and have the greatest time. We don't know. Again, all of this comes from someone asking me the other day, or asking me on my Tesla video, if when I mentioned Nancy Pelosi going to jail, could the developers go to jail if they bought land that they knew would be valuable? Again, I just went over exactly why they wouldn't and why they won't, because again, they're not allowed to. They want to have people play for free. That's the best that I can give. Gone over the whys. Okay, so growing the hobby. I've said many times in Facebook, in Pokemon as well as Tesla, I just want to grow the user base. I want to grow the hobby. I want to educate people on Tesla. I want to educate people on Pokemon and market trends and grow the hobby. Like if I'm in like a Walmart or whatever and some kid doesn't have the money for a pack of Pokemon cards, I'm buying him that pack of Pokemon cards, because I will create a fan, maybe not for life, but I'll create a fan of Pokemon for at least the foreseeable future, letting them know that, the world's not always going to be a dark and scary place. Like in BoJack Horseman, they reference this, and in the later seasons, spoilers, we haven't seen BoJack Horseman, when we meet Todd's dad, his stepdad actually, he says the world is a dark and scary place, and he wanted to prepare Todd for it. But Todd says, my world's not big and scary. My world's not like that. He says it, not my world, because he chooses to be around people that are fun and silly, and his world is great. And I think we have a responsibility to inculcate in kids what Mr. Rogers instilled in us. And again, kids will be a big part of this. Kids are the future, and I know only like 2% of the people that follow and watch my videos are 13 to 17. That's it. You guys are the future. Like my friend Camille wants to be a rapper, and he likes old school gangster rap, and that's what he wants to rap about. But he doesn't rap. He doesn't go on SoundCloud because, you know, he says that's not what popular. It's not what's popular nowadays. But Camille, like, be the change that you want to see in the world. Build what hasn't been built. You can do that in this game. Like, they just announced on HBO Max they're going to have a new Harry Potter series. Wouldn't it be cool if someone in this game created Hogwarts or any of the other schools we heard about in the 4th book or the movie? Do people do that in Minecraft? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But this is where fan fiction meets reality, where thoughts that are just thoughts can become real. And if someone asked you, like years ago, what would you do with $1 billion? And you answered with like a mega mansion with a moat made of lava, and going to reference Austin Powers here, but with freaking laser sharks with freaking laser beams on their freaking heads. That is freaking cool. And that just hasn't been done before, and it can be done now. And I'm just so excited for what people can create. I'm so excited for what just the money that I think we're all going to make. Again, it's not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing, not a financial advisor. I love you all, guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I don't know what to title this one, but goodbye. I love you. Meow, 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 meow.